Right.
It still got a hold on
Mm-hmm. Mm.
them. And we above all that. Letting it go.
Mm-hmm. That means the Creator
So
in us.
that's right.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
To that oneness.
Mm-hmm.
You got to get your, you got to, you seeking purification. There's some things you got to start doing, man.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So now it's only two types of minds that we need to understand exist, and we can cover up the whole shebang. We ain't got to get into all the many words of these languages, because that's what I had to do. It's a waste of time.
Yeah.
But at the end, once you're searching for the whole thing, you can bring it all together.
Right. Simple and home.
Yep. So it's like a set of all sets.
Yeah.
How you'll have that little set and it got all the sets in it. You got one set, but it got all the sets in it.
Pieces to the puzzle, scattered.
That's what we have.
Putting it all back together.
For us going through this.
Yes,
we got
indeed.
the whole set. We got the set of all sets.
Yes, indeed.
And so it's only two minds that ever existed since the beginning of evil.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how evil began, is with this second mind.
That's right.
And this second mind still carry a second soul education to this day.
That's right.
And what we breaking down, this is we can either say the Arab mind,
Excuse me.
which is Araba, Araba, which is Sufayan,
Yeah.
which is Maraba, which is European. And then you have the African mind. And this supports all your Romanized languages that do nothing but war and are warlords. Hate the Creator, hate all of creation, can't find no love in creation. These are the two minds.
Yeah.
So, and they look like two. This is why between the two used to be a large ocean crossing.
Yeah.
So now we are talking about, since we have been unconscious, this is what has been called mixing spirits.
Yeah.
So now, majority of our people have been mixing spirits.
Yeah.
So they've been mixing African spirituality with your religion, which has nothing to do with African spirituality, but has all to do with black power.
Yeah.
Black power is European by its nature. Once we understand who we are, I hope it's making sense.
Oh, it makes me.
This is why we don't have African names, African last names. Our last names are European.
That's correct.
European is the same word as Arab. Did that make sense? European is the same word as Arabian. So you were the Arabian Nights, the dark people. But you was the servants of God. So now we are talking about true black power. But we thought Arabs were Middle Easterners. That's how the Africans lied to us. Arabs has nothing to do with the Middle East at all. Africans forged that lie of the Middle East.
I notice they don't ever say nothing about a Middle West or Middle. They'll just say East. They don't say nothing about no Middle North and no Middle South. It's always just a.
Yeah. Because as the Sufayan tell us, that's the second Babel, the second Babel, or the second Bible, with the Old Testament and the New Testament. These are two Bibles put into one. by the Africans to steal our inheritance. That's why in their book they got a birthright stealing event going on in it. Esau stealing somebody's birthrights. See, and they mixing the language and the history.
Yeah.
So all this time they've been getting us to perceive that we are Africans.
Yeah.
And they've been having us believe that they're Europeans. Now flip the script. Now who is controlled? Who is, let's say, who is portrayed to be the good people?
White folks. Right?
White folks. White folks.
You're white.
White folks. We call white folks what?
European.
There we go. So the true Europeans is Arabians. The Arabian Nights.
They're gonna flip the strip on you.
Right. So now when we're talking about the chessboard, white was the Arabian. Black was the African. Purity rules. God is purity. Purity is the ruler of the land. This is why they stole our titles to rule in our seats. Pope, European.
Yeah.
King, queen, European. That's not African. The people of America, European names, not African. So this is what we're talking about. The Mac, the mix, the wheels, the Jackson, all of this.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And when you look at that, and then we lead, and then we start planting our seeds, and anywhere with the race mixer, and that ain't good at all. But yet, people call it love. But yet, when you have, they're just like trying to mix artificial with the real.
Right. Right. And that's what they keep doing. They keep masking themselves to entrap our souls. Because we can actually live beyond life.
Yeah.
But these six ethers can't.
You know. It seems like they, convinced us to hang out with him. Don't go to the life after beyond and just stay here with me. Because I need you. And he's what you do. But it ain't gonna be no wrong for manner, not me.
Yep, ain't gonna be no wrong for manner. Yep, but this is what we have to understand for us to completely. They did a 360, made us turn all the way around.
I mean, this was some clever intention.
Yep,
That's all I can say.
It was.
Somebody had a master plan.
Yep, it took some magnificent study.
Yeah.
In the Creator's power.
And remember, what made it so good was, see, every time when you got a head start on you, and you wasn't thinking somebody planning evil on you, so he done had time to readjust, reevaluate whatever he was trying to deceive us with. I mean, he had a big old head start. And it's just a miracle to be able to find your way out of this. And see the light and be conscious of it. Because, shoot, you're talking about utter darkness.
And this is why we have to understand the East versus the West. See, we the East, and anything opposite of the East is considered the West. The West represents death. The East represents life. That's why we will turn to the East.
Yeah.
But Africans, they don't do none of that. And when I say African, I'm talking about dark-skinned people, and I'm talking about pale-skinned people.
Right on.
These are one and the same.
Yeah. Because they act alike, do alike.
That's who made the European.
Yeah.
When they say the European was created, we're not talking about. See, we saying the African was created.
Yeah.
They created the African in Africa.
Mm-hmm.
He don't have any home except them brute. That's why he call them brutish.
Yeah.
We the lovable one. We the loving dark skinned people.
Oh,
let
yeah.
you get on the land, let you live and let you.
Yeah.
But the people over there, no.
Yeah.
See, and that's what all this coming all keeping us hidden from.
Yeah.
This is what Washington D.C. about, Puerto Rico, all of this.
Yeah.
It's about African Western magic.
Yeah. I mean,
That's the only thing we can call it, because that's what the Sufayan called it. The people we say call Atlantis and all that, that's the same thing. Now I'm gonna take 74 and see what we got here. The Lord of Slaughter. When normal, decent people don't fear death. How can you use death to frighten them? Question mark. Even when they have a normal fear of death, who of us dare take and kill the one who does not? When people are normal and decent and death-fearing, there is always an executioner to take the place of that executioner is to take the place of the great carpenter. People who cut the great carpenter's wood seldom get off with their hands unhurt. See, that's to the. I just keep thinking about how the Africans, they just played us. They told us our people was carpenters and all this. Our people wasn't carpenters. Our people were servants of God. And when we talking about carpentry, we talking about African masonry. When we talking about building, African masonry. African slaves. Workers, Africans. This is what they turn into Mexicans to be.
Yeah.
The new Africans.
Right now.
This is why y'all feel like you getting pushed out the way, which is a good thing. Because they know time is up. The divine is here. So now they need a new African. Remember they called you African American. Now they need a new African.
Yeah.
So this is what's been hidden from us that is now revealed to us by our divine creator, oh you who believe. Yep, and before you read, they done this by the alphabet. The African alphabet, letter by letter, created a spell by spell.
Yep. $75. Greed. People are starving. The rich gobbles taxes. That's why people are starving. Then sometimes you wonder why they don't use a little all that tax money and then feed the people. I wonder why. But anyway, don't wonder. You should know by now. People rebel. The rich oppress them. That's why people rebel. People hold life cheap. The rich make it too costly. That's why people hold it cheap. Back then, you get a whole lot of stuff for a little nothing. Back then, they didn't have no dollar store and all that kind of stuff. I just thought about that, but now everything used to be $1 in the dollar store. Now somehow climbed up to a quarter.
Yep. Yep. Done seen it for myself.
Huh?
Yep.
Oh, Mr. Taxes. Get more taxes.
There you go.
More money. But those who don't live for the sake of living are worth more than the wealthy seekers. Huh?
That's the people looking.
And that last paragraph would pretty much sum us up. That's where we at.
Those are Africans looking for our family fortunes.
If the downtrodden only knew who he was and where he stood. And he don't have to live like that nor think like that. Start waking it up.
Hardness. Living people are soft and tender. Corpses are hard and stiff. The 10,000 things, the living grass, the trees are soft, pliant. Dead, they are dry and brittle. So hardness and stiffness go with death. Tenderness, softness go with life. And the hard sword fails. The stiff tree fails. The hard and great go under. The soft and weak stay up.
Humble thyself as a little child. You was trying to tell yourself that was hard and soft there.
Speech.
It made me think about speech, and the gentleness, Like when the Al Sufyan, Al Latif, being able to speak gentle, and like the tongue being the sword, how they was saying.
That phonetics, that's what they saying. The tongue is the sword. Them phonetics, it can get us killed. It can get us healed.
That's right.
We got to know what we speaking.
That's right.
We speaking death or life. That's what he's saying. He says people that speak soft and tender speaking life. Well, I'm not saying. I'm paraphrasing based on what he's saying, but soft and tender goes with life.
Yeah, it goes with life.
That's why I say Abraham was tender-hearted. They were telling yourself.
That's why we say Illa Latifa Ar-Rahim. That's the gentle and the merciful.
Y'all went it down there. We got
I
that.
said a little bit.
Yeah.
Yep, we almost done. We got 8 minutes too. The gentle and the merciful. That's part of our way.
It is.
This is why.
It is. But we got time. Yeah. Yeah. We is. That's why you think that we've been pushed around so? It ain't standing up and turning the other cheek and letting them do whatever he so pleases to us. And not doing anything about it, stand up to it. Oh, tender-hearted.
Yeah, we're gonna have to unlearn this African thing. Seven, the bow.
Arch.
Yep, arch. The way of heaven is like a bow bent to shoot. Its top end brought down. Its lower end raised up.
Look at him.
It brings the high down. Lifts the low.
Beautiful.
Takes, takes from those who have, gives to those who have not. Such is the way of heaven, taken from people who have, given to people who have not. Not so the human way. That's the African way. It takes from those who have not to fill up those who have. Who has enough to fill up everybody? Question mark. Only those who have the way.
What I give you is thirst not.
The Illa Sufiana. See, it's all there. Once we know our phonetics, our phonics. So the wise do without claiming, achieve without asserting, wishing not to show their worth.
All right, I'll do 78. Got 5 minutes. Paradoxes. Nothing in the world is as soft, as weak, as water. Nothing else can wear away the heart, the strong, and remain unaltered. Soft overcomes hard. Weak overcome strong. Everybody knows it. Nobody use the knowledge. So the wise say, by bearing common defilements, you become a sacrificer at the altar of earth. By bearing common evil, you become a lord of the world. Right words sound wrong.
Our ancestors be right.
Right words
sound wrong.
sound wrong.
Like how I'm saying we European and not African. The right words, they sound wrong because they've been telling us
Just
wrong
sound
words
yeah.
that sound right.
Yeah.
Sound right that we African. But we not. Those are wrong words. And it has divided our family, divided our homes, and it even divided self.
Yeah.
Self is even warring against its own self now.
It sure is. Because it don't know of self.
Yep, it's too busy warring against it. Yep. What we're gonna bring it in to our divine meeting. Bring it to a divine closing. In the name of our Creator, Sufayon Asalom.